One with serious middle meat implications, especially given how that Strickland versus Joker fight unfolded last weekend. We got Jared Cannonier, 14 and 5, taking on Derek Brunson. Blonde Brunson, 23 and 7, who is coming into this one as a plus 145 dog, but that's no news because Derek Brunson is seemingly an underdog in every single fight of his, and it truly has not mattered across his most recent impressive five-fight win streak, where he's picked up wins over guys like Ian Heinisch, guys like Kevin Holland, and most recently Darren Till in a fight that just wasn't even close. And he managed to sort of just dominate across 3 rounds before ultimately getting that submission in the third. And it's going to be interesting to see how he stacks up against Jared Cannonier, who is a guy who at this point has been in there with some of the toughest dudes, some of the scariest dudes, right? I mean, this is a guy who used to fight at heavyweight, has made his way through 205, and now ultimately has found his home at 85. But he's a guy who's been in there with Glover. He's been in there with Jan Blachowicz. He's been in there with Dominic Reyes, and he's picked up some nice wins recently over Jack Hermanson and Kelvin Gastelum. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think that Cannonier is going to be the one to sort of spoil this recent win streak of Derek Brunson, or is Derek Brunson, as a dog, going to get this one done again? What do you think?
Yeah, no, this is such a tough fight. I'm pretty actually split on this. I
Hmm.
like both of these guys a lot. I've always repped Jared Cannonier in almost every fight that he takes, besides Whitaker fight, of course, and look what happened. But Jared Cannonier's been looking like a reborn fighter, unstoppable, ever since he made the moves down. And he's just been on a tear. Very strong, very dominant, looking great. But Brunson, oh my gosh, the blonde hair, chill. He's been just mauling everyone one after another like a joke. And I really worry for Jared Cannonier in the wrestling aspect and jiu-jitsu. I think if Jared Cannonier cannot get Brunson out early with a KO, then I think Brunson is going to absolutely dismantle and knock some teeth out ground and pound. I think Brunson has to have some of the top ground and pound in the game. Let's be honest. Like, I think Derek Brunson is such a slept on fighter. No one gives him the respect he honestly deserves. No one really talks about him, but like, dude, this guy's arguably the second slash third best fighter in that division, like hands down. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this plays out. But Eileen, this is gonna be pretty easy with those lanky arms. Jared's got the shorter torso, just a slight bit, so he'll be able to reach those legs a little quicker. Um, and yeah, I think this is gonna be a ground and pound KO by Brunson or a finished via submission.
Yeah, that would be something for sure. And I'm wondering, if Brunson is going to be able to do that same thing, implement those takedowns, keep guys there, or if Cannonier might just be a little bit too strong and sort of able to bank on that previous experience against tough, gritty ground fighters, manage to find his way back to the feet where he, I think, is going to maybe have the advantage in this one. And it's was fascinating to note that, the odds makers minus 165 for Cannonier, but he's only getting 50. He is getting majority, but he's getting 54% from Tapology, and 46% is rolling with Blonde Brunson to keep the win streak going. And I don't know, I was happy to see that there's a little bit more love this time around coming in for Derek Brunson, because it's like, what does this guy have to do in order to earn some respect, in order to earn the mandate of the masses? And I think 46% is pretty telling as to a lot of people finally starting to come around to the skill set that Derek Brunson possesses. I do have a question for you, though. It came out earlier this week that Brunson says he has two more fights to go. He said he's going to win this fight, he's going to win a title fight, and then he's riding off to the sunset. Are you at all concerned at all for Derek Brunson and the fact that he has it all mapped out? He knows he has two fights left. I don't want to say he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but he knows his expiration date, and sometimes that doesn't go well for UFC fighters. So, how does the fact that he is guaranteeing this being one of his final two fights going to play into this one at all, if at all?
Yeah, no. I think Brunson is going to try to go for a very dominant win, try to go re-sign a better deal, better contract, and I think he's really going for Izzy. I think he wants a rematch. They fought once, it was almost a joke, and man, Blonde Brunson looks like he can take down freaking Thor. Like he's just been looking so dominant in wrestling. It's crazy. I would really love to see that run back with Israel Adesanya. And Izzy wants Cannonier. He thinks he's the dark horse of the division. But if Derek demolishes him, Izzy cannot avoid him anymore, and he has to understand that, wow, I was wrong. Brunson's the dark horse. He's been reborn since I smoked him. And it's gonna be very interesting to see, but I think he's gonna. I don't think it's gonna affect him, but it wouldn't surprise me if something like that does. You just never know where someone's headspace is. But I still lean Brunson. I like the odds too, and it's hard to go against him with how dominant he's been looking.
I'm with you all the way. Points well taken. And, I'm going to roll with you in this one, Meat. I think that Brunson, as a dog, is going to find a way to get this one done over Cannonier. I kind of think it's going to go the distance, but ultimately, I just see Derek Brunson winning 2 rounds and hopefully spitting some fire on the mic because I'd be down to see this rematch. If he walks through Jared Cannonier, then let's give him a rematch because, I mean, there's Jared Cannonier is a great levels test, and if he makes light work of him, then I think there's something to this sort of revitalized Blonde Brunson, and you wonder what a second crack at Izzy might look like for sure. So we're both rolling with the dog, Derek Brunson, in this one. Let us know in the comments who you're rolling with. Do you think that Derek Brunson's going to get this done, or is Cannonier going to just sleep him with a shellacking meat bomb? Let us know.